Hey guys, and welcome to this video. Today I'm gonna show you 7 blues licks from different artists like Eric Clapton, BB King, Freddie King and Jimi Hendrix to improve your solo playing. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel and let me know in the comment section which lick was your favorite. And without further ado, let's get started. Okay, this lick is in the key of G and it starts with a slide to fret 15 on the B string, fret 15 on the high E string and back to fret 15 on the B string. Next is a full tone bend on fret 18 on the high E string twice, back to fret 15, 18, 15 on the high E string. Next is a full tone bend on fret 17 on the G string, bend, release and pull off to fret 15 on the G string. Next is fret 17 on the D string, a quarter tone bend on fret 15 on the G string, and to end this lick, fret 17 on the D string. So the whole lick sounds like this. Once again. This lick is a classic Stevie Ray Vaughan lick. It starts with a full tone bend on fret 5 on the G string. Next is fret 3 on the B and the high E string. Classic way to start a blues solo. Next is fret 6 and 3 on the B string. Next is fret 5 on the high E string and a hammer-on pull-off from 3 to 4 on the high E string. Back to fret 6 to 3 on the B string and a full tone bend, release and pull off from fret 5 on the G string to fret 3 on the G string. Then it's fret 5 on the D string to a quarter tone bend on fret 3 on the G string, back to fret 5. So the whole lick. One more time. The next lick is a Jimi Hendrix lick in C and it starts with a full tone bend on fret 11 on the B string. When you bend the B string a whole tone, the G string is right under your fingertip right now. And you play the G string and you release it. So it's a full tone bend on fret 11 on the B string. And you play the G string and you release it. Then it's 8, 10, 8 on the G string. Next is fret 8 on the low E string. You can play it with your thumb. and a double stop on fret 8 on the B and the high E string with a hammer-on to fret 10 on the B string. Next is a rake, fret 8 on the G, B and the high E string. And to finish that lick, it's fret 10 on the D string. So the whole lick. This is a Eric Clapton lick in the key of D, and it starts on fret 13 on the B string, and then it's fret 10, 13, 10 on the B string. It's a hammer-on pull-off. Next is fret 12 on the G string and fret 10 on the B string again. Next is a full tone bend on fret 12 on the G string, back to fret 12 on the G string and fret 10 on the G string. Next is fret 12 on the D string, back to fret 10 on the G string. Next is fret 13 and 10 on the B string, fret 12 on the G string, back to fret 10 on the B string. Next is fret 12 on the G string and a hammer-on from fret 10 to fret 11 on the G string. And to finish that lick, it's fret 12 on the D string twice. The next lick is a Freddie King lick in the key of C sharp, and it starts on fret 9 and 11 on the B string, and then it's fret 9 on the high E string. Then there is a little pause and you play a quarter tone bend on fret 11 on the high E string. Then it's a bend, release and pull off on fret 11 on the high E string to fret 9 on the high E string. Then it's a pull off from 11 to 9 on the high E string, fret 11 on the B string and fret 9 on the high E string. So far. Then it's a half tone bend on fret 11 on the high E string and back to 11 on the high E string. Next is fret 9 on the high E string and fret 9 on the B string. Fret 12 and 9 on the B string. And a full tone bend on fret 12 on the B string twice. So the whole lick. The next lick is a B.B. King lick in the key of C, and it starts on fret 10 on the A string, and then it's fret 7 and 10 on the D string. Fret 10 on the A string, fret 7 on the D string, and fret 10 on the D string. Then it's a slide from 7 to 9 on the G string, and fret 8 on the B string with a little vibrato. Then it's fret 8 on the high E string, fret 11 on the B string, and fret 8 on the B string. Then it's fret 10 on the G string and fret 8 on the B string again. And fret 8 and 9 on the G string. When you play fret 8 on the B string, you can roll over your index finger to play fret 8 on the G string. Next is fret 8 on the B string and fret 8 on the high E string, and fret 13 on the B string, also with vibrato. So far. Then it's fret 11 on the high E string, a pull-off from 13 to 11 on the high E string, and next is a small bend, a quarter tone bend on fret 13 on the high E string, bend and release, and a full tone bend on fret 13 on the high E string. So it's like the whole lick. You can play fret 8 on the high E string with a rake. You don't have to, but it sounds great. The next lick is a Jimmy Page lick in the key of C minor. It starts with a pull-off from 11 to 8 on the B string, and then it's fret 10 on the G string, and you do that twice. Next is fret 8 on the B string, also twice. Next is a slide from 10 to 12 on the G string, and you slide with your ring finger because you need your middle finger and your index finger to play fret 11 and 10 on the B and the high E string. So you slide with your ring finger, and you take your middle finger to play fret 11 on the B string, and your index finger to play fret 10 on the high E string. So far. And to finish that lick, it's fret 13 on the high E string with a full tone bend twice.